we have started the discussion, or we talked about Visheshanam and Vishesham the meantime. During the study of our Vibhaktis, Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Shashti, we finished. And in between we are looking at some other sentence constructions. So asking katham means how. This how question can come on either a noun or a kriya, a kriya padam or a nama padam. Right. So because we cannot, the question could be nama padam means how something is there. How, for example, ashvaha. If there is ashvaha, how is ashva? Ashvaha katham asti? Or balakaha. Balakaha katham asti? Balaka is a nama padam. So we can ask the question, how is balaka? Balakaha katham asti? So the answer could be balakaha unnataha asti. Balaka is tall. Right. So that becomes the Visheshanam. Visheshanam. Right. Visheshanam. Because this Visheshanam, which we said unnataha, this is describing the balaka or the boy. Because it is describing a Visheshanam, is describing this nama padam. This Visheshanam has to be in the same vibhakti vachana lingam as that of balaka. So this balaka or the nama padam which is getting described, which is being described, is called Vishesham. Right. Vishesham. Visheshanam is adjective, Vishesham is the one which is being described. So Visheshanam has to follow the same lingam, vibhakti and vachanam. All three characters of Vishesham. So in this example, unnataha balakaha asti, for example, if that is only vakyam, the whole vakyam is unnataha balakaha asti. In that case, balakaha is a Vishesham and unnataha is Visheshanam. Right. So the balakaha is, what is the lingam of balakaha? Pullingam, and vibhakti is prathama vibhakti, and vachanam is ekavachanam. So unnataha is also, or should also be in pullingam, prathama vibhakti, ekavachanam. Now, if it is in tritiya vibhakti, let's take an example of tritiya vibhakti with some word. Aham chamasena khadami. Suppose that is the sentence. Okay? Aham chamasena khadami. In this tritiya vibhakti is in chamasena. I eat with a spoon. The chamasena, tritiya vibhakti. Now if I want to say, if the spoon is beautiful, let's say, chamasaha sundaraha, if I want to say spoon is beautiful, I'll say sundaraha chamasaha. Because here sundaraha chamasaha asti. In this sentence, chamasaha is in prathama vibhakti, pullinga ekavachanam. So sundaraha is also in prathama vibhakti, pullinga ekavachanam. But in this vakyam, aham chamasena khadami, chamasena is in tritiya bhakti, but it's also chamasa is pullinga and ekavachanam. So this sundaraha, if I want to say, I am eating with a beautiful spoon. So chamasena. So what will happen to sundara? Sundara should be pullinga tritiya bhakti ekavachanam, like chamasena. Sundar. Sundarena. Aham. So we just add sundarena here. Aham sundarena chamasena khadami. Again, if the Vishesham, the one which is being described is a Strilingam, then the Visheshanam will also become a Strilingam. In this example, suppose you say Nadi. Nadi Lingamasti Strilingam. So now Sundari, beautiful Nadi, if you want to say, we will say Sundari Nadi. Okay. And also example for the Napunsaka is a Napunsaka. Some example, let's say Bhavanam. Bhavanam means building. Napunsaka. So it's taking Sundara becomes Sundaram here. In the Prathama Vyakti, Napunsaka ekavachanam. This becomes Sundaram Bhavanam. Okay. So this Vishesham Visheshanam, note that Sundaraha or Sundara in Prathama Pullinga, Sundaraha Chamasaha. In Strilinga, Sundaraha is getting changed to Sundari and Napunsaka getting changed to Sundaram. But all the Visheshana words or adjective words need not be in the same format or similar format. They have their own formats or forms. What is the other example? So Unnata, for example, tall, Unnata. So in the Pullinga it is Unnata. Unnataha Balakaha, tall boy. And if it is Balika, right? Balika is Strilingam, which is Vishesham. And for that, Unnata changes to Unnata, right? Not Unnati. Unnata. But Sundara changes to Sundari, Unnata changes to Unnata. And Napunsakalinga is same, Unnatam. Mostly Strilinga, we need to pay attention for the Visheshanam words. Many of them will be like this, Akaranta, but some of them could be like this Dirgha Ikaranta, etc. Yeah, Jai Mahodaya, regarding Vishesham, Visheshanam, you had some question, right?
Sorry, Mahodaya.
You had some. I think you had.
My question was more about the Kriya Visheshanam.
No, Kriya Visheshanam will come there, but I think you had a question on Visheshanam also, whether, I think, if I remember, whether all the Visheshanam words, whether they always follow the Linga Vachana Vibhakti of Vishesham.
No, that I understood. I wanted to make it clear that it's always like that. Like for the Visheshanam, it's always Lingam, Vibhakti and Vachanam should agree. I just wanted to make that clear. But my real question was on Kriya Visheshanam, when the Kriya Visheshanam is not avyaya. Like if it is not like Sanehi, Uchehi, Ucha Avyaya, those ones which are not, how do they agree with the Vishesham?
Yeah. Yeah, Kriya Visheshanam, yeah, we're talking about Katham. Katham question, right? Katham means how. That question can come on Namapadam, which makes it a Visheshanam, the answer. And but if the Katham, how we are asking on the Kriya Padam, how is the work going on? How is the action? So then the word describing is the adverb, which is a Kriya Visheshanam. So the Kriya Visheshanam, they will be, sometimes they are avyayam, but they are in ekavachanam always, one thing. Okay? One thing is they are in ekavachanam. That is number one. Because when we are describing a kriya padam or kriya, kriya is like when we describe a kriya padam, we are describing the action performed. We are not describing any person or how many people are working, how many people are doing that action, performing that action, how many people are, or what is their lingam, etc. That doesn't matter. So we, Kriya Visheshanam, they describe the action itself. Action is like something which is going on, right? So it is the bhava or the concept of the action we are describing. It is not about who is doing it or how many are doing it. So the Kriya Padam could be in Bahuvachanam. Like, for example, here Ashwaha. Ashwaha, if there are many horses, Ashwaha, the Kriya Padam would be Dhavanti. Right? Ashwaha Dhavanti, Bahuvachanam. But how are they running? How are they running? Katham Dhavanti. So then we are going to, even in English also, you say the adverb remains same. They are running fast, or horse is running fast, or horses are running fast. But fast doesn't change. Similarly, here also the adverb remains same, whether it is whatever the Namapadam and even the Vachanam of the Kriyapadam could be. So one thing is that Vachanam remains same, Ekavachanam, and but the Kriya Visheshanam, the word itself, could be an avyayam sometimes, or it may not be avyayam. For example, when we say atra ashvaha shighram dhavati, this is an avyayam, and balakaha uchchaihi hasati, this is also avyayam, uchchaihi. But let's say balakaha shanaihi vadati, that is also avyayam, shanaihi. But now when we say, if we want to say balaka is talking beautifully, yeah, or nicely, so we can say balakaha sundaram vadati. That we want to say balakaha sundaram vadati. That sundaram is a dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Okay. So sometimes the kriya visheshanams are avyayam, sometimes they are in dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Okay. Sundaram vadati, like that. Or somebody is going, or the vahana is going fast, let's say.
So, Mahoday, how do we understand if Katham is going to be the adverb or the adjective? Like Ashvaha Katham Dhavati, is it on the Dhavati or the Ashvaha? How do we understand? How do we get that? If your question asked.
I understand the meaning, I think. Like Ashvaha Katham Dhavati, Katham is how, right?
Yeah, how is it? Is it how fast is it? How fast is the horse going, or how? I mean, what kind of a horse? How? What horse or how horse?
Yeah, because we are not asking.
Okay.
Ashvaha Katham Asti iti nasti prashnaha. The question is not Ashvaha katham asti.
Okay.
Ashvaha katham dhavati. So now mostly like when there is a katham, yeah, that's a good question. Now katham, let's say, when there is a katham, and if the word, if the kriyapadam is not asti, right? If the kriyapadam is asti, for example, here Ashvaha katham asti, then this katham is on Ashva, right? Katham is on Ashva. Ashvaha katham asti. Or asti, as you know, asti is a, if it is there also, not there also, it is assumed to be asti. So we can just ask Ashvaha katham, or katham Ashvaha, or katham Ashvaha asti, Ashvaha katham asti. In this case, we are asking about Ashvaha. But other than asti, if there is anything else like dhavati, chalati, etc., then Ashvaha katham dhavati, Ashvaha katham asti, Ashvaha katham chalati. In that case, katham is on that kriyapadam. Okay. Now, this katham could be again placed anywhere. If there is dhavati, right, Ashvaha katham dhavati, katham Ashvaha dhavati, Ashvaha dhavati katham. Like katham can be placed anywhere, but it again applies to that kriyapadam. That becomes, the answer will be kriya vishesham, other than asti. Now, if the sentence is Ashvaha dhavati, and in that we want to use the word like what kind of horse is running, that is a possible, right? But katham is not the, katham doesn't have the meaning of what kind of. It just means how. So when the sentence is Ashvaha katham Ashvaha dhavati, if we add katham there, it means how, and the answer will be kriya visheshana, because how applies to that sentence. Ashvaha katham dhavati, athva katham ashva dhavati. Correct. So I think the same thing goes with English also, right? When we say horse is running, when we add the word how, then that how applies to the verb, right? How is horse running? Horse is running how, like that. But if only say horse is there, if you add how is the horse, like horse is, how is horse? If how comes when there is is, then that is applicable, or that how question is on the Ashva Namapadam. But if there is anything else other than is, like dhavati, chalati, gacchati, etc., then the katham comes on the kriyapadam. Now, you want to ask what kind of horse is running, then the answer to that will be the visheshanam, and that comes on Ashva, right? But katham is not, katham just means how, it doesn't mean what kind of. But what kind of we'll study in other lessons. It's in the same book.
Dhanyawad.
Okay, so talking about Shanaihi, Balakah Shanaihu Hadati, Shanaihi is Avayam, and if you can say, if you want to say Balakah Sundaram Hadati, that means he is talking beautifully. That Sundaram remains Ekavachanam, but it is Dvitiya Bhakti of Sundara, and it is assumed to be Napunsakalinga. Okay? Because it is not applicable to any, or not associated with any Namapadam. It is associated with the Kriyapadam, and Kriyapadam doesn't have a lingam. So this Sundara, because it is not Avayam, by default it is used in a Napunskalingam, Dvitiya Bhakti, Ekavachanam. Balaka Sundaram Gacchati, Balaka Sundaram Madati, Balaka Sundaram Likhati. Now, Ashvaha Dhavati, Shigram Dhavati. Now, if the sentence is like vehicle is moving fast. Now we can say vehicle vahanam. Vahanam शीघ्रं गच्छति or शीघ्रं चलति. Let's vahanam शीघ्रं चलति. Now शीघ्रं generally means we can run, it may be run fast also, but generally quickly. Vahanam शीघ्रं chalati. So, but we do not want to imply quick there. We want to say fast. For fast, we have the word vega. Vega speed. So it is moving fast or speedily, something with speed. So we want to use this vega. Vega is not avyam. So it is like sundara. Vega is speed. So now balakaha, vahanam vegam gacchati. This is one way of, because vegam chalati. Let's say balakaha vahanam vegam chalati. Because we want to say speedily vega, we want to apply it to this chalati. Because we are not describing the vehicle here, we are describing the action, kriya visheshana. And this is one way of saying it, but this kind, how the action is being performed, if it is like a guna or a character like sundaram vadati, is talking nicely, then generally it is used in the Ditiya Bhakti. But if something is moving or action is happening here, we generally use it in the Tritiya Bhakti. Tritiya Bhakti Ekavachanam. Vahanam vegena chalati. Like that. For example, somebody is right. What are the other examples you can think of? Vahanam vegena chalati. Suppose somebody is eating something happily, let's say. Happily, he's happy and eating. He likes sweet, and because he likes it, he is eating it happily. So what do you say? Again, going to balaka. Balakaha, eating, what do you say? Khadati, right? Khadati. Now we want to introduce here happily. Now, what is the word for happy? Yeah, ananda. Let's say ananda. Now, happily, we want to use it as a kriya visheshanam. It's not a visheshanam for balaka. So what we use here? You can use Ditiya Bhakti Ekavachanam, balaka anandam khadati. That doesn't make much sense, because there is an action involved here. Anandam khadati means he is eating happiness. So we get to this Tritiya Bhakti, anandena khadati. With happiness, that means with happiness. But this is a kriya visheshana, because it is also describing this how the kriya is being performed. What? Anandena khadati. Balaka anandena khadati. Tritiya Bhakti, what we have studied in those examples, balika dichakrikaya gacchati, balaka chamasena khadati. In that khadana kriya or dichakrikaya gacchati, gamana kriya, those are being performed with those instruments, taking those as instruments. Like chamasena khadati, the spoon, chamasa was the instrument. And Dvichakrikaya gacchati, in that Dvichakrika was the means or instrument, medium for the action. But here Vegena, Anandena, these are not here actually medium, right? They are how the action is performed here. So Vegena, Anandena. This is another thing about Kriya Visheshanam, that one is like if you are describing the guna or quality like Sundaram, gayati, sundaram likhati, sundaram vadati. That's one way. And if there is a action we want to indicate, anandena khadati, vegena gacchati. So these will be in the tritiya vibhakti. And some of them will be an avyayam, kriya visheshanam, so that we already know. Like shanaihi, even mandam, shegram, uchchaihi. Though mandam is not always avyayam. In this case it is avyayam, but manda can also describe a namapadam, right? Mandam is not always avyayam. Mandam, in this case, it is a kriya visheshanam coming as an avyayam. But manda, which generally sometimes means when it is used as a visheshanam to a namapadam, it means somebody which is like lazy or lethargic. Am I saying it right? Lethargic? How do you say it?
Yes, lethargic.
Yeah, lethargic. Is slow or lethargic, lazy. So in that case, or even it means one who is like a stupid fool, manda, doesn't know much, kind of. So that visheshanam coming on a namapadam, so that will follow that is not avyayam, and that will follow the same rules as an visheshanam, which is like always linga vibhakti vachanam. Like, for example, if you want, in this case only, if you want to say that kurma itself is like a lethargic. It's very like a lazy kind of. So in that case, it becomes mandaha kurmaha. Mandaha balaka means the balaka is lethargic. He is knowledgeless kind of. Mandaha balaka, mandaha kurmaha. And the what is this name? Strilinga, if it is a balika, it becomes manda. Napunsaka mandam. Napunsaka lingam, we have good examples. We don't have to think about vishesham. Like, good example is mitram, right? There are a lot of Napunsaka linga words are there. But a good example for us to know how the vishesham applies or follows visheshanam is like mitram. Mitram is an Napunsakalinga shabda meaning friend. It could be boy or girl, or female or friend. So, but mitram is always Napunsakalingam, whether it is a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Mitram. So if you want to say whatever the manda, lethargic mitram, so it becomes mandam mitram. So here we had seen this few examples that samichinaha, samichinam, because samichina is a visheshanam, it's not avyayam, so it changes the lingam vachanam vibhakti as per the vishesha padam. Vishesha padamastha markaha ghati pustakam. Similarly, uttamam is visheshana padam, linga sahitam asti, uttamam. But whereas samyak is avyaya padam. So samyak, now the samyak, its avyaya padam means nice. Now it can be used as a visheshanam as well as a kriya visheshanam. Here in this case, in these examples here, it is used as a visheshanam. Margaha samyak asti, that is samyak asti, pustakam samyak asti. But it can be used as a kriya visheshanam also. Kaschit, for example, balaka samyak gacchati, balaka samyak vadati. So in that case, it is samyak is on vadati. Samyak is applicable to vadati, kriya padam. There samyak is used as a kriya visheshanam. But anyway, it is avyayam, so no question of linga vishay vachana bhakti. So this, I hope everybody got it. Chitram, kimusti, chitram.
Uttamamasti.
Sundaram.
Sundaram.
So yeah, also we need to look at the Visheshanam, Lingam, Vachanam, Vibhakti also here.
Uttama.
So we can't say Uttamam because there is no Uttamam here. Uttama is there, so Uttama doesn't go with Chitram. Uttama is Strilingam.
Sundaram asti.
Sundaram asti. Now Lekhani.
Uttama.
Uttama asti, because this is Strilingam, so we will have to look at the Strilinga Visheshanam, Uttama. Note that here, where it was when in our Udaharanam, Balika Sundari asti. Balika was Visheshanam, right? Balika was Visheshanam, Sundari was Visheshyapadam, Visheshanapadam. So here Visheshanapadam was ending in E and Visheshyapadam is in A. But here you see Lekhani Visheshyapadam asti. The one which is getting described is Lekhani. Visheshyapadam is E, and but Visheshanapadam is A. So they follow their own characters. So if Lekhani is mean Uttama should be Uttami, not like that. But it can Lekhani can be Sundari. Lekhani Sundari asti. Lekhani Uttama asti. Lekhani Samichina asti. That's fine. Okay. So this goes here. And Vayuhu.
Uchai Bukkati.
Samichina.
Mandavakati. Mandam.
So some of these, if you know the Vayu Uchai Bukkati, technically it is correct, but we need to know the meaning. What is Bukkati?
It is barking.
Barking. So we don't want to say Vayu, which is wind or air, is barking. So we'll keep it aside. Or we can Shunakaha is there here. Shunakaha Uchai Bukkati. Can go there. Yeah. And then Vayuhu Samichina asti could be answered. That could be answered. Vayu is Samichina, okay. But if you look at the other one, Prashnaha, Prashna, then the only remaining is Mandamohati. Prashnaha Mandamohati, technically it is okay again, but it doesn't make any much meaning there. Prashnaha Mandamohati means question flows slowly, which is more appropriate for Vayuhu. Vayuhu Mandamohati, it flows slowly, Vayu. And Prashnaha Samichina asti. That is a more appropriate match. Yeah. So any question here so far?
Mahodaya, this Vayuhu Mandam Vahati, is it in the same lingam? Vayuhu is pulingam, right?
Yes.
And Mandam?
Mandam is avayam, kriya vishesham. Like Purmaha Mandam Chalati, like that. Vayuhu Mandamati. Mandam is kriya visheshanam for Vahati. How is he flowing?
Okay.
So we are not describing Vayu here with Mandam. We are describing Vahati with Mandam.
You are describing Vahati with Mandam.
Yeah. How is it flowing? Right? It's a kriya visheshanam.
Yeah, but still that this Visheshyam, Visheshanam, that rules of same Lingam, Vachanam and Vibhakti does not apply, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know whether you are listening so far. So, kriya visheshanam, Visheshanam, if Visheshanam means what? What is Visheshanam?
Visheshanam is either a noun or Namapadam.
Adjective.
Adjective.
Girija Bhagini, what is Visheshanam?
Okay, right. It's something that describes the noun or verb, right?
No.
Only noun.
What?
Visheshanam is an adjective that describes or talks more about the noun or Namapadam. Likewise, it can also talk about the Kriya Padam also, right?
No, no. We distinguish between Visheshanam and Kriya Visheshanam, right? Visheshanam and Kriya Visheshanam. What is the difference?
I'm not really clear about it, Mahodaya.
I thought last half an hour we were talking about that. So, anyway, who wants to talk about this?
Visheshanam describes the noun. The Kriya Visheshanam describes the verb.
Yeah.
Or the action.
Okay, Girijavagini. So, Visheshanam describes the noun only. Hello?
Yeah, I got it. See, this Kriya Visheshanam describes the verb fine, but my question is, the rule of the same Lingam, Vachanam and Vibhakti, does that apply is what I'm...
Yeah, that applies to only Visheshanam.
Okay. Right. I got that.
And Kriya, what is the rule for Kriya Visheshanam?
The Lingam has got to be the same?
No. That is for Visheshanam. For Kriya Visheshanam, what is the rule? What is it describing? Kriya Visheshanam is
describing the verb.
So, when you say it should be in the same Lingam, does a Kriya, in what Lingam?
The verb doesn't have a Lingam, right?
Yeah. Right. So, it doesn't have, the Kriya Visheshanam cannot be in the same Lingam of Kriya Padam, because Kriya Padam doesn't have a Lingam.
Have a Lingam. Okay.
So, in what Lingam this should be? Because Kriya Visheshanam is also Nama Padam.
It should be the same as the noun or the Nama Padam.
It is not. Which Nama Padam?
See, when the previous one, when you said, let us say even the Chitram Sundaram Asti.
No, that is a Visheshanam.
Okay.
Because we are describing Chitra as Sundaram.
Yes, Chitra as Sundaram, correct.
Let's take this example. Vayuhu mandam vahati. So in this what?
You're describing that Vayu is moving slowly. That is the movement of the wind is slow.
Okay. So what is mandam here? Is it Visheshanam or Kriya Visheshanam?
Mandam is Kriya Visheshanam.
Correct. So
Did I get that right?
Yeah, that is correct. Good.
Okay.
So in what Lingam it should be and what Vachanam it should be?
That I'm not too sure, Mahodaya.
No, guess. Let's go ahead. No problem.
See, Vayu is Pullingam here.
Okay.
I guess Mandam is Napumsakalingam or Mandaha Mandam.
No, that is correct. But Mandam is describing what it is a Kriya Visheshanam, right?
Yes, it is describing Vahati.
So what is the Lingam Vachanam Vibhakti for you doesn't matter.
You cannot apply. Okay.
So forget that, because Mandam is not describing Vayuhu. Mandam is describing Vahati.
Vahati, okay.
It is not a Visheshanam. If it is a Visheshanam, then we will have to bother about what is the Vibhakti Linga Vachana of Vayu.
Okay.
But now it is describing Vahati. Now we will have to focus on this one. Okay. So now what should be? It is a Kriya. Mandam is a Kriya Visheshanam. So we will have to think about what should be its Lingam. Okay. Or let me use this one. Lingam and Vibhakti and Vachanam. So, okay, first question, what should be its Lingam? Mandam, first of all, Mandam, is it a Nama Padam or Kriya Padam?
Mandam Avyayam Mahodaya.
Yeah, but is it a Nama Padam or Kriya Padam?
Mandam Kriya Padam.
I would think Kriya Padam. See, no, I mean, technically, anything which has got that, that ends in P is only the kriya padam verb we say.
Yes.
But here, so in that, I mean, in that sense, mandam would still not be a verb.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. That's correct. So that, yeah, you said it right. So all this vahati is the kriya padam. Okay, vahati asti, dukkati asti, asti. Only these are the kriya padam. Okay. Now mandam is a kriya visheshanam, which is also a namapadam. Remember that. Remember, anything other than this ti, and in it could be gachatu, likhatu. Those are also kriya padam. Okay. Now, other than that, everything else, visheshanam also is a namapadam. Kriya visheshanam is also namapadam. Vayu is also namapadam. Vayu is not visheshanam. It is not a kriya visheshanam, but still it is a namapadam, right? Vayu is namapadam, and
yes.
if something is describing vayu which is not in this sentence, then it will be visheshanam. And kriya visheshanam is also a namapadam only. Yeah? Though it is describing the kriya padam, it is a namapadam. Okay?
Yes,
But,
that I got it.
Yeah, but everybody should get it. So, if anybody has any question.
So this lingam, vachanam, vibhakti is immaterial for this kriya visheshanam.
No, it is material. It is material. Okay. What is the lingam? Because namapadam should have a linga vibhakti vachana, right?
Yes.
Every
Mandam is napumsakalingam, Mahodaya?
Yes, and it looks like that. But these could be avyams also. And avyam is also namapadam.
Okay.
Note that, just for everybody's understanding, in Sanskritam, on the very top level, there are only two types of pada. Okay? Two types of words. Right? The entire language is made of words, right? Anything you take, it is a word in the language. That is called padam. And there are, at the high level, there are only two types of pada in Sanskrit language. One is nama padam, other is kriya padam. Nama padam, kriya padam. There are only two types. There is nothing else. This is at the high level. Now, what are the kriya padam? Those you know, like vahati, chalati, gacchatu, chalatu. Those are kriya padam, which indicate the action, performing the action in a sentence. Gacchatu, chalatu, or it could be vartamana kala, gacchate, and later when we see bhutakala, it could be in bhutakala also, or in future tense also. All those are kriya padam. Now, in this case, vahati, chalati, these are kriya padam. Now, everything else, whether it is a visheshanam, kriya visheshanam, kartrupadam, etc., tritiya vibhakti, ditiya vibhakti, chaturthi, shashti, prathama, everything, avyayam also, everything else, they come under this namapadam, they fall under this namapadam. Okay? Only these are the additional terminologies, terms we are using to describe what kind of namapadam it is. But it is a namapadam. Okay? Even avyayam is also namapadam. Okay? Avyayam is not like it's something different. It is a kind of namapadam. It's a type of namapadam. Okay?
In avyayam also, do we have this different lingams?
No, avyayam is a fixed form.
Okay.
But what for the sake of, because by definition every namapadam has to have a lingam and vibhakti vachanam. Lingam, vibhakti vachanam. Okay, by definition. Okay? So for avyayam padam, though it is a fixed form, because it is a namapadam, we will say that it is, by default, it is having a napunsaka Okay?
Okay.
By definition, but it doesn't matter actually, because avyayam has a fixed form. It is used in that same form everywhere. But because it is a namapadam, for the technicality's sake, we have to say that it has to have some lingam. So in this case, we will say that it is a napunsaka lingam. Avyayams we'll say that they have an Napunsaka-lingam. Okay. And Prathama Vibhakti, Ekavachanam, we'll say that. Okay. But they are always used in that same fixed form, Avayam. Okay, so in this case, Vayuhu Mandam Vahati. In this case, what is the, it is a Kriya Visheshanam, is that clear?
Yes, Mahodaya, yes, Mahodaya.
Kriya Visheshanam, and Kriya Visheshanam is a Namapadam. Now the question comes, what is the Lingam Vibhakti Vachanam? And if you know that it is Avyam, just say it is Avyam, if you know. And in this case, it is Avyam. It is Avyam. The Avyam, yeah, one can say it as an Napunsaka-lingam, but it doesn't matter. When we say it is Avyam, it is immaterial what, whether it is Pullinga, Strilinga, Napunsaka-lingam, it is Avyam. Okay. Alright. What was your question?
Yes, yes, Mahodaya. Now I understand, kind of.
Yeah. So this Mandam is describing Vahati, not Vayu. Now, if you take another example like Shunakaha, this one. In this case, what happens? What is Shunakaha? Is it Namapadam?
Shunakaha
Is it Namapadam or Kriyapadam?
Shunakaha is Namapadam.
Which is the Kriyapadam here?
Bukkati.
Bukkati Kriyapadam. And what is Uchchaihi?
Uchchaihi is the Kriya Visheshanam.
Is it Namapadam or Kriya? Is it Namapadam?
It's a Namapadam. I don't know if it is Avyayam, Mahodaya. I'm not too sure of that.
Yeah, it is Avyayam. It is, by definition, it is Avyayam.
Okay.
So Uchchaihi, it is used in the same form, fixed form, to say loudly or highly, loudly.
Okay.
For example, in some sentences, I'll give another, this Shunakaha Uchchaihi Bukkati, this feels like, or this looks like it is a Tritiya Vibhakti, loudly, with a high voice, right, with a high sound, Uchchaihi. So it looks appropriate here with the Tritiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam, Uchchaihi, like Ramaihi, right, Tritiya Bahuvachanam, Uchchaihi. Now,
yes.
Because when we say it, Balika Dvichak or Aham Chamasena Khadami, there is a Tritiya. What does it mean, Chamasena?
I eat with the spoon.
With the spoon. So, is Chamasena Avyayam?
No.
So here, I am eating with the spoon. We are using this Tritiya Vibhakti because it is an instrument. Now here, Shunakaha Uchchaihi Bukkati, the meaning becomes with high note or with high something, okay? With high volume. It barks. So here also with is coming. So here Tritiya looks appropriate here, but it is an actually Avyayam. Okay? Though in our mind it comes like Uchchaihi means Tritiya because it is with, it is appropriate. So, however, I'll give you another example which we find in many literature. Parvataha Uchchaihi asti. What does it mean?
Mountain. It's describing the mountain, no?
Yeah, but here Uchchaihi, what is Uchchaihi?
Does it mean tall or peak?
Yeah, peak, high. It is high.
Peak?
Not peak. Mountain is high or tall.
High, okay.
So note that here it is same, it is fixed form, meaning high or something high or tall. So, so this is a fixed form. So another example I'll give you. Balakaha Uchchaihi patati. Means he is falling from something, some high altitude, yeah, from height. So here also you see this is fixed. Uchchaihi is fixed. So we are not changing because it is from. We have to use panchami. We are not changing this form here. We are fixed form Uchchaihi. Because Shunaka Uchchai Dukkate, because it is barking with the high sound. Here because it is weak, high, it might look like Uchchaihi is appropriate vibhakti there, but there is no vibhakti, it is avayam. Uchchaihi is just used in the fixed form there, in wherever we want to imply something which is high, from high altitude. So that Uchchaihi doesn't change vibhakti, its vibhakti or any form, though the meaning could be coming in a different way. So balaka, boy is falling from high altitude, or some building is tall, high, something like that. The Uchchaihi remains Uchchaihi there. Similarly here mandam we have avayam. Okay. But however, note that what we talked before was that these Uchchaihi and mandam here they are kriya visheshanam. However, all the kriya visheshanams need not be avayam. In this example, they are avayam. So balakaha sundaram vadati. Okay. Or balika sundaram nrutyati. Balaka can also nrutyam. Balika sundaram nrutyati. So in this case, what is sundaram?
Beautiful.
Balaka. Okay, well, let's say balaka sundaram nrutyati. Okay, what is the kriyapadam here?
Nrityati.
Nrityati kriyapadam. And what is balakaha? Namapadam.
Balaka is the namapadam.
What is sundaram?
This is kriya visheshanam.
What is it describing?
It's describing the dance. Nrityati.
Nrityati. So katham nrityati it is describing. So what is its linga vibhakti vachanam? It is a kriya visheshanam and it is a namapadam, right?
Sundaram is Sundaram napumsakalingam.
Sundaram. Is it first we have to see whether it is avayam or not. So it is not avayam. That we know. It is not avayam. So it is napumsakalingam. And vibhakti?
Second, Vidya.
And vachanam?
Sundaram ekvachanam.
So why do we say it is napumsakalingam? Why Ditya Vibhakti, even if it is pullingam, Ditya Vibhakti is sundaram, right?
Yes.
Like Ramaha becomes Ramam in Ditya Vibhakti ekavachanam. Like Sundaraha, if it is Sundaraha,
it becomes Sundaram.
Sundaram in pullingam Ditya Vibhakti. So why are we saying napumsakalingam here?
In Napumsakalingam also it is palam, pale, palani.
Yeah, correct. In both pullingam and
first and second, it is the same palam, right?
Correct. So palam, Rama in Ditya Vibhakti becomes Ramam. Phala also becomes palam. So we could have said that Sundaram is a pullinga Ditya Vibhakti. Why are we saying it's Napusakalingam Ditya Vibhakti? What is
it is a kriya visheshanam.
Kriya visheshanam. Kriya visheshanam by definition they are Napusakalingam. Because they are not describing any namapadam. Okay? They are not describing, they are describing kriya padam. Kriya padam they don't have any lingam. Okay? So because they are describing kriya padam, by definition we put the kriya visheshanam in the napusakalingam, because no other lingam is suitable there. Just by default it is Napunsakalinga. Okay?
Yes, Mahodaya. But though I said Dvitiya Vibhakti, I still don't know why it is Dvitiya Vibhakti there.
Oh my God.
So it could be Dvitiya or it could be Tritiya, right? So two types of vibhaktis can come as a Kriya Visheshanam.
Kriya Visheshanam.
Yeah. That is by definition only. Like Sundaram Nrityati, here, what are you describing? We are describing the
Nrityam.
Yeah, Nrityati Kriyapadam. Kriyapadam is what we are describing the action. How it is being performed. Okay. So that if you are describing its quality, then we use this kind Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam Napunsakalingam.
Okay.
But if you are describing like how speedily it is going speedily, like Vega.
Vegena.
Vegena. There it comes
Tritiya.
But Napunsakalingam Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Right. Thank you, Mahodaya.
Then other example we saw Anandena Khadati. Happily he is eating.
Happily eats. Thank you, Mahodaya.
That's okay. All right, so let's say if you have question, ask now. Uma, anything clear?
It should be clear. Yes, it's clear. Thank you. I just don't have the vocabulary, and
You have been silent for long.
I know, but I'm paying attention. Thank you.
Okay, so let's turn on to something more fun. Saptahasya dinani. Saptahasya dinani. Saptaha is week. The Sanskrit language, when you say vocabulary, I'm thinking of doing a special session like I did for Kriyapadam on this vocabulary thing. I think that's important. I think. See what one way of learning this Sanskrit language is just by like we learn other languages. I guess I'm not actually went ahead and learned. Suppose if I want to learn Spanish, probably I am going to look at some book which shows like vocabulary. These are the words. I download an app like Duolingo or something, which will give me. I type in English word, it will show me the Spanish word, something like that. So if I want to learn like that, yeah, that's one way. I have to remember and I have to use, because when I use them more and more, I will get familiar. I will be familiar with that vocabulary or the words. Yeah. That is one way. That is also a good way. But Sanskrit language is a bit different. So note that once again I want to say, which I say many times, that this language does not have a name. We are calling it Sanskritam because we can't call it anything else. There were other languages which were already there, and this language has to be distinguished or separated, right? So we call it Sanskritam because the Sanskritam word itself means refined, processed, something like that. So, so what is processed here? What is refined? Why are you calling it Sanskrit? And the speciality of the Sanskritam, what is processed? The language is processed. The language is refined. The language has a standard. The language is logical. And what is logical? What is thing? That means the words or the construction, the structure. The structure is more logical. So, if we understand the concept behind this language, why do we need this language anyway? This Sanskrit language. We can just go ahead and then we are fine with English or fine with the other language, whatever language we know. We can use that. So this language was put in place or is strong because of its Sanskritness. That Sanskrit itself is a synthesized word, right? What is Sanskritam? There's a name. So every word in this language is has an etymology. Every language, every word. So if we understand that concept, it will become easier for vocabulary. Instead of trying to remember this Samichina. Samichina means good. But if we understand how this Samichina word is formed, then it suddenly starts making more sense and it becomes easier because how it originates, how the etymology behind Samichina is applicable everywhere else with that components which are forming this Samichina, Sam and Ichina. Yeah? With those components which are hidden in that, they come in different other words also. Okay? Like Sundaram also, Uchchaya also, all these. Lekhani also. How is this Lekhani formed? If I keep on just remembering Lekhani means right, Lekhani means pen, Lekhani means pen, Vayu means wind, Prashna means question, Shunaka means dog. But Shunaka has an etymology and how it or from what word it is originating, from what root it is originating. If you know that, then it becomes so simple. The language suddenly starts becoming simple. And the words vocabulary then exponentially grows because we know the root words, we know the etymology. And that is applicable across the language, not specific words. When you say, Uma, what is the word for window? Do you remember?
No.
No. So because
the only word that's coming to me is the French word. It's terrible. What is wrong with my brain?
Nothing else. Yeah, Vatayanam. Because some of us, right? Because some of us do not remember Vatayanam for window. Why? Because we don't know how it originated. If it originated, then it suddenly makes sense. It flashes. So why is it called Vatayanam? Can anybody?
Because wind, Vayu?
Vayu.
Yeah. So Vatayanam is made up what? Vatayanam word is made up of what? Word.
Ayanam is a way or a
Yeah.
path.
Yeah. Vatayanam. Vata is wind. Like wind, Vayu is Vata and Ayanam is way.
Is it the path?
Path or way. So this is a window, is like a hole for the, it's a way, path for the wind to flow in and out. So Vatayanam. So we do not necessarily need to exactly remember this Vatayanam only. Vatayanam means wind. Vatayanam means window. So Vata and Ayanam, if you just break it and then use it, because Ayanam can be used in wherever the path can be used, Vata can be used wherever the wind can be used. For example, here we have Vayuhu Vahati. There also we can use Vataha Vahati. And Ayanam is path. So we can use Ayanam Sundaram Asti. Suppose if you want to use path is beautiful, Ayanam Sundaram Asti. So like that, we can, if you understand, that is the heart or the essence of the Sanskrit language is the etymology. Every word has an etymology, and if you understand, it becomes even more real Sanskrit. Just learning few words and trying to make sentences, it's okay, it's at the superficial level. But if we really want to understand its heart, just try to understand the etymology. Like here, why I started was because Saptahasya Dinani. Now, I said Saptaha means week. Now, if you just try to remember Saptaha week, yeah, that you can remember and use it. But understand what is Saptaha, how it is formed. Then you appreciate actually. You enjoy it also, enjoy the language and appreciate it, how it is formed. And it will be easier to remember also. And the words which are them Ghataka Padani means Ghataka means components. Then you will be able to use them on other places. And wherever you come across those kind of component words, you will start relating them, start making meaning out of it. For example, when we say Vatayanam, then Vatayanam is one combined word, and wherever the Vata comes when you are reading something, then you will start relating. Yeah, this is something to do with wind, and Ayana comes. This is something to do with path. For example, when we say Ramayanam, there is a Rama and Ayanam is there. Rama and Ayanam. So Rama, you understand, something to do with Rama. Ayanam is path or the way. So yeah, something path. So Ramayanam, together it is put. So it has to do with Rama and path, something. That is Rama's way, Rama's story. Story is like a chronology, right? Like it is like a path, flow. So Rama's katha. So here Saptaha. So Saptaha, Sapta and Aha. There are Saptahasya, this is Shashti Vibhakti, like Ramasya. So this is a Vibhakti. But the base word here is Saptaha, like Rama, Saptaha, it's Pullinga, Saptaha. So Saptaha, it is a week. But what is week? What is the etymology of the week? I don't know. But Saptaha, what is Saptaha? So we have two words here. Sapta plus Aha. Two words.
7.
Yeah, Sapta is 7, which if some of you are not familiar with this, we'll see. Aha means day. So Sapta plus Aha becomes Saptaha. Saptaha is a group of 7 days. It's a 7-day period. So that is called Saptaha. So if you know the Sapta group of 7 days, it will be easy to remember. Saptaha means 7 days, week. Okay. Saptaha. So here we have 7 days. So the first column shows the names of the 7 days in Sanskritam. So here again, somebody can read. Who wants to read this? Malati Bhagini, are you there? Malati Bhagini, Mangala Bhagini, are you still there?
Mahodaya. I will read.
Patatu, yeah.
Somavasaraha, Monday. What, the other side?
No, just this one. No, that one will see later. First column.
Mangalavasaraha, Tuesday. Budhavasaraha, Guruvasaraha, Shukravasaraha, Shanivasaraha, Ravivasaraha.
Yeah. See the so here, yeah, the names of the weekdays, Saptahasya dinani or Saptahasya dinanam namani. Soma Vasaraha. Vasaraha means your day. And the first part, like your day here, Monday, Soma Vasaraha. Tuesday, Mangala Vasaraha. Buddha Vasaraha. Okay. What are this?
No, just sorry to interrupt. Like in Panchangam or the Sanskrit, I mean, I've just heard this Bhanuvasraha, Induvasraha and all that.
Yes.
That is also equivalent, is it?
Yeah, correct. That is correct.
Okay.
So there are alternate names for it. So that is again, coming back to how the Sanskrit language is formed. Or I'll just keep on calling how this language is formed. Okay? It is etymology. So there is no fixed, unless somebody is named. For example, my name is Sanjeev, your name is, somebody's name is whatever, Rama, whatever. So those are fixed names. Ankita means given names. However, all others like this, they are describing based on something, based on their guna or character, or their svabhava, their dharma, or what they do. Okay? Something like that, the words are determined. So everything has an etymology, including the for example, if you know this Agni, the famous example, let's say Agni. Agni, why is it Agni means what?
Fire.
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 Why is it? Yeah. So now always the question in this language is why is it called like that? Any word you take, any word other than our given names, I mean we are also supposed to have that character. That's why we are named. I think our parents name like that, but that's a different thing. Because our names also have some meanings, right? So Sanjeeva means like a nice jiva, soul, can call a nice person. Whether I'm actually nice may not be.
Yes.
So, no, I'm saying generally. So we are named like that. They have some meanings. We are supposed to look. But for example, if you take any God's names like Krishna, Rama, or Vishnu, they are not given names, right? They are because they have those characters. And if you take Agni means fire. So now always the question is always there. Why is it called fire? What is the character of the fire which makes it Agni? That is the question always comes for any word in this language. And based on that character, we call it Agni. So for example here, Agni means Agre Nayati. He takes forward. He takes us forward. Agre Nayati, Agni. And that is why only if that fire or that material or that vastu has that character or the nature, then we call it Agni. Then Agni, fire is, so there is actually no point in trying to by heart or remember this Agni fire. That's why we need to go down to its etymology. Like, for For example, if the Agni has like other dozens or more than that, lot of words are there for Agni. Why? Because they are not just this Paryaya Vachaka, means they are not just alternate words. Because based on their character that is displayed by that fire, what we see, that is why it is called with that name. For example, another name I remember for Agni is, does anybody know? Remember? For Agni, fire, huh?
Bhan, no?
Bhan is Surya. So, for example, here Saptajivha. Saptajivha. Now we in this round right now we saw what is Sapta, right? Sapta is what? 7. So Jivha. I think you already know Jivha.
Tongue.
So the Agni is also called Saptajivha. 7 tongues, because when he burns, generally there are like 7 flames, 7 types of flames. There are a definition. These are not random names. There we have in our scriptures then even the names for these 7 different types of flames, which the different types of flames do different kind of effects. They have different work. They do different kind of work. Then it also means Hutabhuk. Hutabhuk is another name for Agni. Hutabhuk. Hutabhuk means whatever we give, it just consumes. Bhuk means bhojanam. Bhuk is bhojan. Similarity. Bhuk, bhojanam. It eats. Huta means you, whatever you throw in it, it eats. Hutabhuk. So like this there are many.
Jwala?
Jwala. Jwalati, burns. It is Jwala. Similarly, there are other words also, like for other different things. For example, Pakshi, bird. Bird, Pakshi. Pakshi is the bird. Why is it called Pakshi? Paksha means wing. Because it has wings, it is Pakshi. And it has, it is called Khaga. Why is it called Khaga? Because Kha means Akasha, sky. Ga means going. Gachati, you know, the short form of Gachati is Ga. So Khaga, it moves in the sky. Khaga. So does that mean Khaga can be used only for bird? No. It has been used and it is used for whatever moves in the Akasha. But there are some words which are famously attached, popularly attached to some things. Okay. Though technically they can be used for other things also. Like for example, Agni. Agni, which takes us forward where? That is a different discussion. But anybody who is taking us forward, can he be called Agni? Yes, technically yes. And sometimes in our poetry, etc., it can be used like that. But by popular meaning is fire. Then similarly, Pakshi also. Anything that has a wing can be called Pakshi. Khaga, anything which moves in the sky. Andaja, that is another. Andaja. Andaja. Anda means what? Andam.
Egg.
Egg. And Ja means which is born. Janma, you know, Janma. So short form of Janma is Ja. Andaja, which is born out of egg. So that is also, that could be anything born out of egg actually. Andaja is so widely used for different things. Andaja could be a bird also because it is born out of egg. And Andaja is also used for this sarpa, serpent, snake, because they are also born out of this eggs. Not only that, even if you say Dvija, if you say Dvija, Dvi means 2, Ja means Janma. again. So Dvija is twice born, and that is also so widely used. Dvija means 2 times born. 2 times, this Dvija is used for bird also, because it is coming out of anda. When it is inside the anda, that is first time. Anda is coming out, it is born first. And when the anda is broken, it comes out, that is second time birth. So it is called Dvija. And Dvija is also for other which are born out of eggs. And Dvija is also used for a Brahmana, because once he is born out of mother's womb, second time is when he is purified for studying scriptures, then he is supposed to be, it is considered a second birth, Dvija. So there are, Dvija is also widely used. So this Sanskrit words, they take different hues and meanings and based on the etymology. Here you are talking about this Induvasara, Bhanuvasara. Similarly here, like Somavasara. Let's take Somavasara. So here we are saying Monday. Soma. Now we have to, day we know Vasara. So what is Soma? You have to think. And Monday. Monday. 1 day. So what is the, why is it called Monday in English?
Soma is moon, Mahodaya?
No, in English, why is it called Monday?
Maybe moon got converted to month.
Nobody knows?
On Monday, Manasu, it works on your mind.
Yeah, but English people, who are the English people here? Why is it called Monday?
Lunar or lunatic or something comes from Monday.
I think it does have to do with the moon.
Yeah, the moon, correct. Like moon is moon day. Moon day. Now, in Sanskritam, what is moon? Soma. Soma is moon. Yeah? Soma is moon. Now, Vasara is Dina, day. In place of moon, we can use anything which is a word for moon. In Sanskritam, in English, is there any alternate for moon? Alternate word for moon, synonym?
Yes, lunar. Related to moon.
No, related, okay. But just, is there any alternate word for moon? Don't give me Greek one. No, give me English.
I don't think, Mahodaya.
I can't think of one.
But anyway, even if it is there, even if you go find dictionary or thesaurus, and then it may be there, but see how this Monday is like has become a fixed word for this day, Monday. Yeah. We don't call it any other day with any other name that day in English. But in Sanskritam is not like that. Yeah. So Soma is moon, and for moon there are like, I don't say hundreds, but there could be 100, but there are a lot of other words. Yeah. Moon. Soma is one of them. Chandra is another. Chandravasaraha. You can say Chandravasara, no problem. Then there is another word you said, Anita. What is the word in Panchanga?
Indu.
Indu. Indu is also Chandra. So Induvasaraha, Chandravasaraha, Somavasaraha. Call it anything you want. There is no restriction in this language. That's why this language needs a little bit thinking, thought. It's not like a dumb one. This word means this only. No. So you are free to use. You are free to think and bring in your novelty or your thought process here. Somavasara, Induvasara, Chandravasara, like that. Is there other words also can be used? There are other words also. Right? That is one. So going back to Ravivasara. Here, sun day. Vasara. Now Ravi means sun.
Sun.
Everybody knows sun, right? What is sun?
Yeah.
Sun is a star, in our solar system. Ravi Vasara. Ravi. Now Ravi, there are again dozens of words are there. Use any word you want there.
Surya Vasara, Bhanu Vasara.
Surya Vasara, Bhanu Vasara. Bhanu you said, Bhanu. Bhanum. Then even you say Khaga. Khaga, the word I just now said. What is the Khaga means?
Bird.
Huh?
Bird.
No, etymology. Bird is okay. Bird is
Sky.
Anything that flies high, goes up in the sky.
Hold on. Ka means what?
No. Ka is space, and Gaha is to flow through.
Goes, moves.
Sky is sky. Sky.
Ka is sky or space, avakasha, space, and then Ga is a short form of gachati. Moving. Anything that moves. Ka, Ga. So that one that moves in the sky. When the question is asked what is Khaga, unless there are some multiple options, whether it is a bird, whether it is, then you can tick bird. Okay? But Khaga means anything that moves in the sky. So it could be bird, it could be a satellite, it could be a planet, it could be a meteor, or it could be star. And actually, it's the word for Surya also. If there is a Surya Stotra there, Khaga, Surya, Marich, Aditya, Pushna, all those are there. So we can use Khaga also, we can use Surya also, we can use Bhanu also. But each one of them have their, why the Surya is called Khaga, Ravi, Surya, Pushna, Bhanu. They have their own meanings, like Agni has the Hutabuk, etc. They have their own meanings. Because that vastu, or that thing which is shining brightly in the sky, which we see every day, it has different qualities. So it is called Bhanu. Why is it called Bhanu? Because Bhati is shining. That's why it's called Bhanu. And it has a what it is? And different, Bhanu, the shining. So, and he has these rays, and Ravi, Pushna, they are all different names for the rays. So we can put anything here. So like that, here in this first column, I am showing some names for those days. There could be alternate names for these days. Okay? And there are, let's see them. Monday is Somavasaraha, Chandravasaraha, Indravasaraha. But at least you can remember one. For those who are new, you can remember these at least. Okay? And Mangala. And why? And another thing in English also, why these days are days of the week. Weekdays are named with these names. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Planets.
Graha.
Man is moon. Tuesday is named after which planet?
Mars.
Mars. So Mars is something to do too. If you see the etymology of Tuesday, it will take you to the Mars. So, but here Mangala is Mangala Graha. Mars planet is called Mangala. And what are the alternate for Mangala Graha, we have Graha is planet. We have the Kuja Graha. Kuja is Ku means actually Kuja. Why is it called Kuja? Mangala Graha is called Kuja Graha. Why is it Kuja? That also has a meaning. It is not just like random. We want Kuja sounds good, so we call Kuja. No. Ku means actually Bhumi. The earth is called Ku. And Ja is, again, Andaja, we saw Andaja means, Ja means Janma, birth. Kuja. So this Mars is considered to be Kuja or Bhumi Putra. It is born out of earth. Ku is earth. So Kuja is born out of earth. So that is Mars, Mangala Graha. So Bodha Vasara, similarly, Bodha we have a planet. Bodha is Mercury.
Mercury.
So this one is named after Bodha. And then Bodha also has alternate names, but which are not that famous. But anyway, Guru Vasara, Guru. This one is named after which planet?
Jupiter,
Guru. And the famous alternate name for Guru. Guru means what? What is the meaning of Guru word?
that which removes darkness, dispels darkness, and
Still darkness, I mean.
Huh?
Removes darkness.
No. So that is, you are attaching it to teacher and then telling.
Oh, okay.
The meaning of Guru is which is heavy. Okay, I'll give you another name.
Guru Lagu.
Guru Lagu. Guru is heavy. Because the teacher is supposed to be heavy with knowledge, and that's why it's called Guru. Not because something else. It is Guru not because of teaching. Teaching is Shikshanam, Shikshaka, Adhyapaka. But now Guru, the word means heavy. Because heavy with knowledge is called, the teacher is supposed to be at least. Any teacher is supposed to be having good knowledge, dense with knowledge. That is Guru. But Guru originally means heavy. Now here Guru Asara, Guru is referring to Jupiter, and because it is the heaviest planet in our solar system, right? It is the largest, heaviest. So that's why it's called Guru Graha. Right? And in our scriptures, our means the Indian scriptures, what are the who was the Guru or the teacher of gods?
Brahma.
He was the original, but this like a Guru of Indra, let's say. Guru of Indra is the main.
Brahaspati.
Brahaspati. So it's called Brahaspati Varaha or Brahaspati Vasara also. Guru Vasara, Brahaspati Vasara is also very popular. Brahaspati Vasara for the same Thursday. And it is named after, Guru is named after, because he is the teacher of all these gods, Brahaspati Vasara, and he is also heavy planet, Guru Vasara, Jupiter. Similarly, next one, Shukra Vasara, Friday. Why is Friday named Friday? In English? On what planet?
It's Venus.
Venus, yeah. But why is it Friday?
I thought it was from the Norse. Daughter, I think it's from the Norse.
Yeah, Norse.
Daughter of, his name Freya or something like that.
Yeah, Freya, something. So there is it traces back to Venus. Yeah? So the Friday, but so it is Venus. So in Venus, in Sanskrit means Shukra. Shukra, that planet is Shukra. Shukra Graha or Shukra. That's what called Shukra Vasara. And there are alternate names. So the Shukra in Sanskritam is also, like Brahaspati was the name of the teacher of the gods. Shukra is the name of the teacher of the Rakshasas or Daityas. demons.
Shukracharya.
Shukracharya. Like Brahaspati Acharya is a teacher of gods. Shukracharya is a teacher of... Acharya means again teacher. Shukra Acharya. Shukra is his name. So Shukra was the teacher of these Daityas. Demon is not the actual translation, so but you can approximately take a demon. So Daityas. Shukra is the teacher of Daityas. So whatever is the alternate name for Shukra, we can use it here. So like for Guru, the Brahaspati was used. So Shukra is Venus, but Shukra was also teacher of the Daityas. So we can use alternate names. So there is alternative name for called Bhargava or Bhrugu actually. Bhrugu. So this is also called Bhruguvasara. This is also popular name. Bhruguvasara, Shukravasara. Similarly, we have Shanivasara. Shani is attached to what? Saturday is attached to which planet?
Saturn.
Saturn. So Shani refers to Saturn. Saturn planet. We call that planet with the Shani name. Shani Graha. Shanivasara. There are alternate names for Shani we can use. Then
Shani also is because it moves very slowly, this planet, right?
yes.
Mandam.
Mandam. See, Shanaihi. Remember Shanaihi? Balaka Shanaihi Vadati. Wasn't it there? Didn't we study that?
Yes.
And
today,
Slowly.
Mandam is there, but Shanaihi is also the word, right? Shanaihi is what? What is Shanaihi? Slow.
Slow.
Yeah, that is why it is called Shani. Because Shanaihi Charati iti Shanaishcharaha. His alternate name is also Shanaishchara, right? Shani, that we conceptualize it as a god who is ruling that planet, Shani Graha. Because he is moving Shanaihi. Shanaihi Charati. Charati means moves, goes. Gachati. Shanaihi Charati. So his name is also, Shani's name is also, alternate name is Shanaishchara. Note that Shanaihi is a avayam. That's why we are not changing Shanaishchara even in the combined word, compound word. Shanaishcharaha equal to Shani. Okay. Shanivasara, Ravivasara we already know. We're almost at the end, but let me tell you one more thing. So, why are they named like this? Why are these Monday, Tuesday? They are named after planets. But why after these planets? Why can't I just call them with some names after us and some beautiful flowers? Maybe? Or beautiful, or some, why can't I call this some random Somavasara as after some colors, say Shvetavasaraha, Raktavasaraha, Pitavasara, Haridvasara, like that. Why these planets? You thought of anything? Or did that question come? I for many years, I had believed this. Okay, I mean, believed means I just didn't think of it. Why are these named on these planets? Huh? Is it that just because we worship them as gods or deities, as a token of respect?
Order, something to do with the order of them? Right.
Order. One is the why is that name? Why on the planets? Why can't we just name them on something else like colors? We just want to count them, right? We want to count 7 days in a week. we could have named it randomly like anything, right? Based on the colors, based on the flowers, based on something, based on some famous celebrities, as they are named in July, August, celebrities, right? Kings, names of the months, English. So at least this days in the week, at least in English also, they are based on the planets. The reason, just a quick, we're already beyond our time, but the reason which I recently found out was, one is that they are planets, and secondly they are in this order. So do you see any in the solar system? Sun is not actually a planet; it's a star. In the solar system, what is the order? Which comes first after Sun? Mercury, and after that
Venus,
and after that
Mars,
Earth,
Mars, Jupiter,
Jupiter,
Saturn,
Uranus.
Uranus and Neptune is they are too far, so forget it. So here, so if you look at this order, it also doesn't look like that, and there is a moon around this Earth. Okay? Earth is moon here. So if there is a Monday, and after that there is a Mars, and after that there is a Mercury, after that there is Jupiter. So it's like random kind of thing, but it is not actually random, which I recently found out. That so what today is what? Today is which day?
Bhanuvasara.
Bhanuvasara or Ravivasara, call it Bhanuvasara. It is Sunday. Why is it Sunday? You know, because it's a holiday. No, it's actually on the horizon, in the first hour, at the sunrise point, there is some astronomy involved, astronomy and astrology. The sun is there. The sun is in a certain constellation at the time of sunrise on Sunday. And tomorrow, on Monday, there is a moon there. At the time of sunrise, there will be moon at the same time, moon at that particular at this position. And next day, on Tuesday, there will be Mars planet on the during the sunrise, at the time of sunrise. Sunrise means sunrise, that first hour. First hour is called, after sunrise is sunrise hour. So during that time, this Mars will be there. On Wednesday, Mercury will be there. On Thursday, Jupiter will be there. On Friday, Shukra will be there, Venus. On Saturday, Saturn will be there. The Shani Graha will be there at the time of sunrise. So this is the order. You can Google and find out if you are more interested where it find. But based on that, these are named. There's a logic behind it. Both the Monday, Tuesday, and Soma Mangal also, they are named like that in that order. Okay, I guess we'll stop here today.
Thank you, Bodha.